There he is. What do we got? Oh, this is a bigger one. Oh yeah. Bit bigger fish this time. This is a good one, guys. This is a good one. Oh my God. What is that, a drum? Big drum. Wow. Look at the size of him. Oh, that's taking real line off, that's why. Oh God, I think it's heavy. Look at him, folks. She is 20 inches. Hey buddy from YouTube. Back in September of last year, I went down to the Outer Banks for 2 weeks and did some fishing. I'm just now coming out with a video, so apologize for the delay there. The fishing was pretty good on the inshore side. It wasn't as red hot as it used to be in the last couple of years, but that's the way it goes. Most of the really red hot action was actually offshore with the gigantic red drum that we're running offshore. But I did have some luck on the inshore side. Most of this video is going to be about new spots, right? So if you're new to the Outer Banks or looking for new spots in the Outer Banks to fish, you're definitely going to want to watch this video. The previous clip you just saw is from the Umstead Bridge that is right past Manio. Actually, I did a video on sheep's head fishing. I did a video last year on sheep's head fishing. You're going to want to check that out on that bridge. I've had a lot of luck on that bridge over the years. But most of this video is going to be about new spots. So check it out. I also have some footage of why I don't like to fish right at the Oregon Inlet Bridge. The current there is just absolutely ridiculous. I was getting tossed around. And I know people say, well, the conditions got to be right and the current and this, that, and the other. But honestly, that place just scares the hell out of me in a kayak, and I'm talking about underneath the bridge. So anyways, I have some footage on that. And then we had some days out there where there was 30 or 40 mile an hour winds. And I can tell you, it's just no fun in a kayak when it's that windy. So I decided to fish from shore. And there's a lot of great places down there to fish from shore. So I've got some spots you're going to want to check out fishing from shore, and I'll walk you through some of the gear that I took with me that helped me out a bunch. So anyways, let's get to it. Okay, everybody, this first spot, on day one, I went to a new spot. I was going to fish the Virginia Dare Memorial Bridge. Okay, you can see it right here. And just for comparison, I did a video last year on sheep's head fishing off the Umstead Bridge just past Manio, and that's up here, right above it, right? So just to give you a frame of reference. Now, just kind of blow this up a little bit. You have Nag's Head up here. You come down, and basically instead of going straight to Hatteras on, what is this, Route 12, you're going to take that turn on 64, and you're going to come to Pirates Cove, and you can take a right there to get into Manio. Now, in this spot, you can't launch. There's nowhere to launch here, right, where the bridge hits the Manio Island. So you're going to have to find another place to launch. And there's a really cool place to launch. There's a kind of like this little canal, right? This little canal that goes up to a public launch area, which is right here. And the way you get to it is you just go down the main, the main road there in Manio, Route 64, and you're going to take a left on Bowsertown Road. And there's a Foodorama on the corner. You can't miss it. Front Porch Cafe is there. Take a left on there. Then you take a left on California Lane. And then you're going to take a left into the public launch area. So you'll see signs for it. It's a public launch area that folks can use. But basically, it's got a great parking lot there. Really nice launch area. You know, if it's really windy, the winds are obviously calm because you're back a ways off the sound. But you go down this canal, and actually the fishing along this canal is actually pretty good. And you got these little offshoots that you can fish as you go down here. So you can see they got a pretty big one here. And then that'll get you out to the Virginia Dare Bridge itself. So really cool spot. And there have been some years where fishing off this bridge has been red hot. So, anyways, that's the first spot. Let's check it out. Okay, you can see this. You can see this is where the ditch starts, right? And so it goes for about, gosh, I don't know, probably about a mile at least. But yeah, you can paddle through here. I wouldn't really fish here because there's boat traffic coming back and forth. But what this will do is this will start to open up to a wider area, right? And you can see these different. This is where the feeder ditches start before you get to the sound. A lot of great fishing all along here, right? So you can spend some time in here. Keeps you out of the winds, keep you out of the current, and really have a lot of fun in these different feeder ditches. So on the way to the Virginia Dare Bridge.
Nice setup.
Morning.
I like that thing. That is cool.
Yeah.
We were waiting for your leg to go like that.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how great it is. See how many fish I can catch.
Yeah. There's probably more fish in here than there is out there.
Yeah, I know.
These little feeder ditches.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Okay, you can see this empties out. Now we're getting toward the Virginia Dare Bridge. You can see it in front of you. So it's not too long to get to. But what I will say is that you definitely want to fish the shoreline on your way to the bridge, right? It's about 5 to 6 feet deep up against the left side of those marsh areas there. And so it's really with the depth change and the weeds up there, it's a great spot. You can see I'm getting hits. I'm getting hits on the drum here. I'm basically just trolling with a grub and a lead jig head on it, and kind of missed the first one, but it's hilarious. I threw it right back, and there must have been several in this area in the morning. But like I said, it's a really good spot to fish on the way out and also on the way back. And here you go. Just sure enough, yeah, there it is, fish on. And then, like I said, yeah, you definitely want to fish that spot on the way out to the bridge. Got you this time. Oh yeah. What do I got? Trout? Oh, I don't know. It's pretty feisty though. Ooh, drum. That's a beauty. Let's see if I can do this without running up on the shoreline. Sweet. Okay, everybody. Here I'm at the Virginia Dare Bridge doing some fishing. The fishing was okay. I caught some drum, caught some trout. Nothing crazy big, but had some fun. Later on in the morning, it kind of really slowed down. But it just depends. Each season's a little bit different. But you could literally spend an entire day on this bridge. This bridge is massive, and like I said, there are some years where the fishing is really, really red hot on this bridge. But anyways, this is on the way back. This is coming into the canal on the way back to the marina. And like I said, there's a lot of good fishing in this area. This is actually right at the mouth of the sound, where the sound comes into this canal area. And I'm fishing this kind of open spot here, and you can see I locked up with a nice flounder, really nice flounder here. It's unfortunate in the Outer Banks, they limited the recreational flounder season to 2 weeks. I think it's like 2 weeks in September or something like that. So unfortunately, I couldn't keep this flounder, and it was a keeper. It was at least 15 inches, if not a little bit bigger. So I had to throw him back, because these fish are absolutely fantastic to eat. But like I said, check out that area, fish that whole area, fish those ditches, fish that canal area, because usually the fishing's pretty good there. So some beautiful fish though. Yeah, that's a 15-incher. Okay, so the next stop on my trip when I was down on the Outer Banks was to actually fish the Oregon Inlet Bridge, right? And that's on Highway 12 as you're headed down to Hatteras. Now, just to give you a frame of reference, if you're not familiar with that area where the Oregon Inlet Bridge is, it's basically south of Nags Head, right? So you got Nags Head up here. You're going to go down Route 12, and instead of turning right toward Manio, you're going to go straight toward Hatteras, and then you come down to Oregon Inlet. And Oregon Inlet, if you're not familiar with it, there's the Oregon Inlet Fishing Center right here. And that's actually one of the largest commercial fishing boat launch areas around, certainly in the Outer Banks, and pretty cool place. So you can launch at the fishing center right across from the Coast Guard Center at Oregon Inlet, or you got a bit of a ways to go to get down to the actual bridge. So another area that's more convenient is south of the bridge. So when you come off the bridge, you're gonna see the Oregon Inlet Station. You're gonna take a left. You can see it right here. There's right at the end of the bridge. You take a left, and there's a parking area here. And what's really cool about this place is there's tons of parking, and you can actually launch your kayak up in this area, right? But it's kind of rough. You're gonna have to have beach wheels to get through this sand. The sand is kind of really deep there, but once you get there, you can actually launch from here. Or what you can do is just walk right across the road here, and you can launch. Actually, you go underneath the bridge, but you can launch from this little area right here. You just follow this path, and it's got a really nice area there you can launch from. And that way you can kind of start, you can get the right to the bridge immediately. Now, from fishing from the shore, when they built the new bridge, they actually left a piece of the old bridge in place. You can see it right here. And they turned it into a fishing pier, and it's really, really nice. And the fishing there is actually quite good if you like to fish from the shore. Also, here in a bit, I'm going to cover this area right here, these rock jetties. This is an excellent place to fish from the shore as well. But anyways, that's the next spot I decided to check out. I decided to muster up enough bravery to see if I could actually fish this bridge. And I probably won't fish it again, but you'll see here in a minute why. Oregon Inlet Bridge, starting on this side. I'm gonna hit some of those pilings and see what we can do. And so here we go. Okay, everybody, here I'm heading out, that launch point across from the parking area there, and you got to cross this little point here, and not far from the shore. It's probably about 18 feet right where I'm at right now. So it drops off pretty quick. And but you got some crazy currents, a couple of currents like coming into each other. The tide's actually going out right now, out toward the ocean, and you can see the churn here that's in this water. It's absolutely ridiculous. I was kind of holding my breath there a little bit because I don't know, what's going on here. I'm thinking, okay, maybe I could just scoot through here. Fortunately, I did. No, no big deal. Right where I'm at now it's about 30 feet deep. And right, I can't be more than 10 yards off the shore, so it's pretty cool point right there. All right, here I'm around the actual bridge. You can see that's the old bridge on the right, right? That's where folks fish, and they usually fish on the side that's facing the ocean, right? So that's the old bridge where the fishing pier is now, and then I'm basically just hitting these pilings, and anywhere from probably 5 to 18 feet of water, just fishing for some sheep's head. But you can see just how deceptive the current is there. It doesn't look rough, right? But there is a really, really strong slaw or current, and you can just see the water flowing there. And I'm pedaling hard, and I've got the motor on the 10th speed. I've got it on the highest setting, and I am barely moving, barely getting out of that current. At that point, I said, forget it, I'm done. I'm not even close to the middle of the bridge, and middle of the bridge is even worse, right? And there have been people who get into that and they can't get their kayaks out of it, and then what happens is you end up drifting out toward the ocean, and it gets really rougher out there. But I think the best time to go if you really want to brave the bridge is when the tide is actually coming in, not out. That way you're going toward the if you do get into a slaw, it's going to push you out to the bay side, not into the ocean side. The other thing you got to watch out for, you've got these big sport fishing boats coming through there all the time. There's a lot of traffic, and they're not looking for kayakers, right? So you really got to be on your toes if you want to fish this place. Yeah, there's some probably big fish around the bridge, no doubt about it, but there's plenty of other bridges to fish at the Outer Banks as well. So I said, this is a little bit too much for me. Now, this is interesting, this next part. I've got to get back around this point, and the tide's coming in even stronger. You can see the churn where you got a couple of currents coming together here. It's just ridiculous. And the current gets a hold of my kayak, and it effectively yanks me to the right. You'll see it here happen in a second. Yep, there it goes. I had no control over the kayak. It basically just yanked me to the right. I couldn't really cut hard left. I had to keep going straight and basically try to fight this current to get out and around the corner, and I really had to push hard. Like I said, the motor is in the 10th speed, and I'm just trying to get out of here. It was just crazy, but anyways, hey, I gave it a go, gave it a try, but I think I'm gonna park that spot for now. Okay, everybody, wanted to talk about fishing from the shore. Like I said, there were some days out there was 30 or 40 mile an hour winds, and I'll tell you, one of the favorite spots I have down there to fish from the shore. I mean, there's a lot of public fishing piers, right? And it's kind of hit or miss depending upon what time of year, and plus those places can get pretty crowded. But if you don't mind traveling a little bit south from Nags Head for about 30 minutes down to Oregon Inlet, once again, the Oregon Inlet Fishing Center is right here on Route 12, and then you keep going, you cross the bridge, and then you come to this little parking area on the left-hand side right at the end of the bridge. That's Oregon Inlet Station. So you can park here, right here in this parking area, and then you can walk these trails, right, and you can fish these jetties right here, right? There's big, huge rocks that are these jetties, and there's a path that goes all the way around, and you can actually fish off the beach here. Tell you, the fishing where these rocks are is, over the years, have been great. I've caught in pretty much anything and everything off these rocks from the shore. I mean, big red drum, big stripers, flounder, pinfish. I mean, just the whole gamut of fish right here, and it's a really good spot, and it's really a fun spot to fish from the shore. Like I said, it's one of my favorites. So let's check it out. Okay, everybody, you can see I'm heading down one of these trails that connect up to these this big long jetty that's got these huge rocks, right? And it's, like I said, it's a fantastic place to fish. You're going to need a cart. Get one of the fishing beach carts if you can to put all your stuff in. That was super helpful. And so anyways, I'm coming up on these rocks, and there's plenty of space, and you can fish these You can fish from these rocks and try different spots. And, it's a little bit more relaxed fishing. It's you're not fighting the kayak, you're not working all the time. You're kind of just got your little cart and your chair. And there's a shot of the beach cart. I bought one when I was down there. Those things are great because I put all my stuff in there and I can just wheel it around. They're super light. But like I said, it's an awesome spot. Caught in everything over the years, and you can catch small ones, you can catch big ones there. I mean, you just never know what's running through there, and the water on that edge actually drops off. There's a shelf out there, and so the fishing is usually, on average, really good in that area. So like I said, 30 to 40 mile an hour winds that day. Decided to fish from the shore, and it was really relaxing. Really enjoyed it. Okay, everybody, I hope you enjoyed the video. A couple new spots to check out when you're down at the Outer Banks. Thought I'd share it with everybody. I'm going to leave you with this last scene here. This is right across from Pea Island. Actually, I did a video, couple videos actually, where I was fishing on Pea Island on the bayside for drum. I killed it there one year, but we decided to go across the street on the beach side of Pea Island. And as you can imagine, as many of you know, there are tons of places to fish, surf fish in the Outer Banks. And if you want to get away from the crowds, go south of Nag's Head, all the way down to Hatteras, that whole stretch there. There are great spots to fish from on the beach there, in terms of surf fishing. I'm not an expert in surf fishing, but I wanted to check it out because once again, the winds were high. Super, super high that day, 30, 40 mile an hour winds. And we decided to fish from the beach and do some surf fishing. So caught a couple of drum, nothing crazy big, but it was relaxing, and it was a really good time. And you can see just how beautiful the sand is and those beaches are when you go south toward Hatteras. And you don't have they don't have the crowds like you have up in Kitty Hawk and Duck and all those places. It's really spread out, so it really makes for a nice experience. So anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. If you like it, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.